Beer glasses. Today I'm going to show off my beer glass collection. Thank you for that suggestion, by the way. So I was thinking, because I have quite a lot of glasses, should I go by brewery or country? But then I decided to go by beer glass type. So I've organized them into 6 categories. We have German Weissbier glasses, Belgian style beer glasses, beer mugs, glasses on foot or tulip glasses, regular glasses or half pint or pint glasses, and then special glasses. This way I think I can take the opportunity to organize my collection even better. As you can see here, these glasses are not branded. All of them except for one. I've actually just tried to hide the logo on this one. I should actually put that on a list, an unbranded Belgian styled beer glass. So what's the point with these? Well, for me, if I don't have the brewery's own glass, I prefer to use an unbranded glass instead of using another brewery's glass. I know, I'm a bit weird, but it just feels wrong. So I'm going to start moving over my collection in an organized way onto this table. But first, I want to quickly show you my beer glasses in my apartment. So this is my new beer corner. I had to rearrange some things in the apartment, so I took the opportunity to display more of my beer glasses. We have the Belgian style glasses, the German Weissbier glasses. Down here, more of the tulip glasses, and on the bottom here, the beer mugs. The top shelf is still a bit chaotic to be decided. This corner is too dark and too cramped, otherwise it would have been perfect as a backdrop for my videos, right? I also have glasses in some of the cupboards. It's a bit mixed, but mostly tall or half tall glasses. In this cupboard, some of the smaller glasses. And up here, mostly the duplicates, which I want to sell or trade. Alright, let's start with German wheat beer glasses, Weissbier. Most German Weissbier producers, if not all, have their own wheat beer glass, and they are so much fun to collect. Some of them even have different glasses depending on the style. So one for the Dunkel Weissbier, one for the alcohol-free, and so on. One of my favorite ones, Weihenstefane, actually has a Weizenbock, the Vitus, which is amazing. And I'm thinking of actually buying that glass as well, just because it was so good. So except for Weihenstefane, Eyinge is also a favorite. And this one, Helmbräu, I haven't tried it enough times yet, but that's pretty good. It's like a Swedish fruit salad. Oh, by the way, this is maybe not a favorite, but one of the most popular and most sold Weissbiers, Oedinger, or Erdinger. I'm not sure how to pronounce it in German. Need to put that on the list. But I found this beer in the fridge, Erdinger Weissbier Dunkel, and the best before date was already passed. So I thought, instead of just pouring it down the drain, let's drink it. So I've tried to like the Weissbier Dunkel style, but it's just not my thing. Not yet anyway. It's a little too sweet in the wrong way, and not enough of those lovely usual Weissbier flavors. It smells pretty nice actually. I recently had supper, so this is kind of the dessert. So we'll let the foam settle for a bit, and I continue telling you about my glasses here. So the beers I've tried, except for the ones I've already mentioned, are the König Ludwig, Paulana, of course. Franciscana. Kloster Andex. This one I had to order a 6-pack of glasses. And the same thing with the Helmbräu, actually. So I have a lot of glasses to trade if anyone is interested. The Cappuccina I've tried. The Benedictine, but maybe only the Dunkelweißen. Meißelsweisse I've tried. And also Schneiderweisse, 2 of their taps. The original and the Festweisse. So the ones I haven't tried are Schöfferhofer, Hackepshaw. I can't understand why this is so difficult to get hold of. The Dab. I've tried the Lager many times, of course. And the same thing with the Kronbacher. And that was actually all of the German glasses. Let's see if we can get the last of the Erdinger in here. Oh yes. Let's try this one. Prost. It is actually pretty tasty. My expectations were really low though. But the thing is, it's more like an ordinary dunkel, a lager. I can't get much of the yeasty characters. Maybe if I compare this next to a dunkel, I would see the difference. But yeah, pretty tasty. So I had one Weissbier glass from the Netherlands, Grolsch, or as you say in the Netherlands, Gros. And then I have 3 from Sweden. This one is from Oppigård, one of my favorite breweries in Sweden. Unfortunately, I've never had their Weissbier. I hope they will make it soon again. I have 2 from Gotlandsbryggeri. Can't remember why I bought 2, but I think I bought this one first. It's their latest design. And then I found this online. It was used already, but I like this more classic old school design better. And then I have 3 unbranded glasses. This is my favorite. Then I have one with this shape. And then a simple looking one. This is from IKEA. Let's have another sip. It's pretty heavy. Oh, and then I have this one. I ordered this by mistake on eBay. It was super expensive from the US, I think. It's only 0.3 liters, so tiny. I can't remember if I ordered 2 of them and maybe sold one, which I in that case regret now because they are cute and you can share a Weissbier bottle. So these Weissbier glasses are the main reason why I use a dish brush like this for all of my glasses, but it is to be able to reach all the way down. The first brush I bought was a more elegant, this is pretty nice looking, but the head is actually too big to reach all the way down to the bottom. So this one, it is an ugly one, also from IKEA. Did I show the Stöttebeker one? It has such a cool shape. This brewery is from the north of Germany, so some consider it not to be a real Weissbier brewery. Alright, shall we move on? Next up, beer mugs. Or as they sometimes say in the US and the UK, beer steins. Which to me is funny, because stein means stone, and none of these glasses are clearly made out of stone. But that's also interesting, how the languages changes. And I think the different shapes have their own names, but I don't quite know them. Tankard, I think, is one shape, but I'm just gonna say beer mugs about them all. So we have the largest one, the Köstritzer. And the hilarious thing is that their most famous beer comes in a very small bottle. These ones are personal favorites. It's from Hälsinge Ångbryggeri, Swedish brewery. So one large and one cute smaller one. And these are not available for purchase, really, but I contacted the head brewer and he arranged so I could get some. And of course they make amazing beers. The Pilsner is maybe Sweden's best. And the Schwarzbier and the Rauchbier is very good as well. Then we have one more which come in two sizes. This is Einbecke, a beer I wasn't able to get hold of this year. The small one. This is I think the original Maibock. We have Weihenstephaner, of course. This is a must. This one was actually a mistake in the shipment. Kronbacher Hell. I didn't order this. I ordered the tulip-shaped glass. So I wrote to them and asked, what happened? Were you out of stock? And the answer was, yes, I'm sorry. But I have ordered 3 other glasses, I think, in the same shipment. So why not? One day this might come in handy. We have the Pilsner Urquell. Oh, now I'm in the mood for that beer, but I don't have it in the fridge. I'm running out of the Erdinger, so I need to change beer soon. I also made a plate with the cheeses, salami, and the turkey pastrami. Very good. This is one of my new favorite breweries, Zollehof. I've tried their Maibock, their Schwarzbier, and their Festbier as well. This glass is a bit unique. I usually don't buy glasses that doesn't have the brewer's name, but the name of the beer. This one is called Södermalms Pilsner and is made by the brewery Nils Oskar. But I like the beer, I love the glass, and I just, couldn't resist. You know what? The Erdinger is finished, so let's fill the unbranded glass I showed you before with the Kuchelbauer Zwickel. I tried this for the first time the other day, and this is really tasty. So I practice what I preach. I don't have a Kuchelbauer glass, so then I use the unbranded glass. Prost! So floral and creamy. Then we have the Löwenbräu. That's a nice beer and great to have for comparison videos. This one has a fun story. Neutzelle. I was only able to buy this through the actual monastery. And of course I had to buy a 6-pack. So they wanted me to transfer money to their kind of private bank account. So I had to go to my bank to get permission to transfer money to Germany. But then everything worked out nicely. It's just a bit unusual when you are selling stuff as a company that you don't have a payment system on the website. But of course that makes me extra happy to actually own it now. This one is from a brewery called Stockholm Brewing, the smallest beer mug I own. This one actually is the beer, not the brewery, Norrlands Guld. I have made a few videos about this beer, brewed by Spendrups. It was the best-selling macro lager in Sweden. It's still in the top 3, I think. Then I have an unbranded beer mug in a Czech style. And then lastly, one from IKEA again. I mostly use this for other beverages, actually, so I don't use it for beer anymore. Milk chocolate, for instance, is great. But overall, how I feel for this beer mugs is that they are more made for party than craft beer sniffing, if you know what I mean. I totally forgot about the Oktoberfest glasses. So they will have a little section of their own here. So these are 1 liter glasses, or Maß as they say in Germany. We have a Löwenbräu, and then Spaten, of course Hofbräu, and also Paulaner. These were the 4, true Oktoberfest beers I could get last year. And I bought the glasses mostly for my videos. These are so sturdy and heavy. On to the Belgian style beer glasses. I say Belgian styled because not every glass here is from a Belgian brewery. Most are, but this one, La Trappe, is from the Netherlands. It is an actual Trappist brewery, just not from Belgium. Also, this one is from Sweden, Vreta Kloster, the Vreta Monastery, which was a monastery, but the brewery is not really connected to it except for lore. Now, I am a bit torn to Belgian beer. For me, it's still overwhelming with the Belgian yeast, with all its spices. Also, the beers are usually very strong, boozy, high alcohol. But I'm trying to work my way upwards, starting with the lower alcohol beers. Speaking of lower alcohol, I'm almost out of the Kuchelbauer Zwickel. Now I am. And I think I have a low alcohol wit in the fridge. I say low alcohol, but it's still 5.5% ABV. But for a Belgian beer, that actually is low alcohol. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. It smells amazing all the way here. Hopefully it tastes amazing. La Trappe, Trappist, Wit Trappiste. Let's try it. Prost! This is the kind of Belgium style beer I can really enjoy. If you have watched any of my videos, you know I love German Weissbier, and this is pretty close to that. It has maybe more of that fresh coriander seed flavor and also a zestiness. I think they often have orange peel added to the beer. Yeah, lovely. So I've tried most of these beers. The exceptions are Orval. I have a bottle. It has been standing in my fridge for, I think, almost 3 years. I'm about to have a beer night at my place, a blindfold night. And I think we will try the Orval then. Also this beer, Grimbergen, I haven't tried. I think it's more of a macro beer. But I was in a beer glass battle the other month. Here we have kind of a Swedish version of eBay. It's called Tradera. And many of the beer glasses you can find there are sold by auction. And this Grimbergen glass was up for grabs. But because it's so difficult to get your hands on in Sweden, the price kept going up. And I think the winner in the end spent over 20 euros/US dollars. Then the other week I found this glass at a web shop. I think it's based in the Netherlands, to a much better price. Of course, there is the shipment cost and so on. But if you buy a bunch of cheaper glasses, it still could be cheaper in the end. But my main focus is not to buy glasses cheaply. It is to actually own them, to have them in my home. And I am willing to pay a higher price for some of them. I just like the end of the story, I lost the glass in the bidding, but then I found it cheaper. The rest of the breweries, I have tasted at least one of their beers. Triple Carmelier makes one of my favorite triples. Westmalle as well, but the last time I had it, it was too spicy for me. Lef, of course, one of my latest video. If you haven't watched it, click into this card. Duvel, a classic. I'm still not sure what I think about it, but I have to practice. St. Bernardus, I have an interesting beer in the fridge, but I've also tried their collaboration with Weihenstephaner. Rochefort, they make a beer which is popular in Sweden at the Christmas, amongst the craft beer drinkers, that is. And the same with Brasserie Da Schuf, this one. It's not Santa Claus on the glass, they say. So that's it. All of these glasses kind of represent a learning curve for me, and it's so much more enjoyable to have the proper glasses when you try the beers. Next, I'm not exactly sure what I said in the introduction, how I was going to categorize the glasses overall. This video is turning out to be much longer than I anticipated. This is actually another day now, but I'm trying to make it look like it's the same day. So in this section we will have straight-ish glasses and some specialty glasses as well. I'm not completely sure what all the shapes are called. Kind of pint glasses, half pint glasses. And these ones I think you call tasters because they are so small. Let's pour up a beer as well. This is Pivot Pils from OO Brewing. And this is of course the OO Brewing glass. I like this shape. I prefer the ones with foot, more like tulips overall. But this is like you don't have to think about anything drinking glass. Skål. Fantastic Pilsner. So I also have some other Swedish glasses in the same style. Oppigårds, one of the oldest craft breweries, make really good beer overall. Remmarlöv Farm Brewery, one of my newer favorite breweries down in the south of Sweden. We have Nils Oskar in Nyköping, not far east from Stockholm. Make some really good beers. This one is one of my newest Swedish glasses from Ocean, as we say in Swedish. Ocean Bryggeriet, the Ocean Brewery. I haven't had very many of their beers. They make porters and stouts and I think a lot of other beers as well. But I thought it's nice to have something with this more traditional pint shape. And then if we should continue with Swedish craft breweries, we have this kind of shape. Still not sure what it's called. But this is from Stigberget in Gothenburg. Makes really solid beers and one of my favorite ones I buy all the time. The Scandinavian West Coast IPA, which I've talked about extensively on this channel. And then these small cute tasters. This one from Sankt Eriks. Their IPA was one of the first I had when I got into craft beer. And this taster from Helsingborgs Bryggeri, it has a foot, but the leg is so thick, so I thought it would fit into this section. I rarely drink from these tasters, by the way. They are often all the way back in the collection. Beautiful. Then we have some Swedish non-craft breweries, like this one from Åbro. Has been featured on the channel before. Cool logo, cool lore, not so cool beer. This one is actually a fun one. I bought it online at Tradera, the Swedish version of eBay. And to get that other glass, I had to buy this one as well. Now I just said this is Swedish. And it's a typical example when Swedish breweries make a beer to appear to be something else, like from another country, something exotic. I think this is made on the west coast, south of Gothenburg. I have never tried it, but I don't think it's very pleasant. Oh yeah, then we have this shape. This is the IPA shape. This one is just unbranded. And this is from Gotlands Bryggeri, but it's owned by Spendrups, one of the largest producers in Sweden. But I still think they make good beer actually. And this shape is meant to bring out even more aromas from the hops. So that was all the Swedish. Oh, one last one. Speaking of Spendrups, they own this brewery, Brutal Brewing. They have a series of hopped lagers that are really good for the price, and this skull is the logo for that series. I drink one of their beers in my IPL video. And then we have some international macro breweries. Heineken, pretty cool glass, I think. Staropramen, a beer I actually don't drink as often anymore. I feel it's pretty uneven in the quality, but I like the shape of this glass with this little foot. Also a small taster again from the Finnish brewery Lapinkulta. And I guess this one has to be considered a macro brewery as well. Tuborg from Denmark. I think this shape has a special name. Let me know in the comments. But Tuborg is like Carlsberg's little brother. I have two German breweries. Hofbräu, which actually is a favorite, even though Germans often say it's a beer for tourists. And then Spaten. And then a taster from Schlenkele. I really want a bigger glass from this brewery, but this is the best I've got so far. And then another glass for a special beer, the London Pride. A beer I drink a lot when the temperature falls, enough so that it deserves its own glass. And then I think lastly, this unbranded glass. Just for the beers I don't have the proper glass for yet. It's from IKEA, of course. Last but not least, the flower glasses. They all have a foot, a stem, and then this a little bit rounded shape. This is the unbranded glass, by the way, from IKEA. I think this kind of shape is called a tulip glass, and the others might have different flower names. So we are going by country this time. We have Sweden, US, Denmark, UK and Ireland, the Czech Republic, Germany and the Netherlands. Let's start with Sweden. That way I can pour a fitting beer. This is Norn, one of my favorite pale ales from Oppigård again. This brewery are not able to make a bad beer, it seems. This is one of those breweries where I could buy multiple glasses for different occasions, you know. Tropical could almost be a hazy IPA actually. Skål. Oh yeah. It's just a little bit lighter, has more like marmalade and less of the dankness. So if we go from the back here, we have a glass from Finn in the south of Sweden. I've been looking for this glass for so long, and then it turned up at Tradera, the Swedish eBay I talked about before, and I really battled it out with another user. I won in the end, but it became pretty pricey actually. Then a glass from Dala Bryggeriet. Dalarna is a province in Sweden. It's an interesting shape, but I don't think I've had a beer from the brewery yet. Then a macro brewery, Falcon, owned by Carlsberg nowadays. They still have their brewery in Falkenberg, Falcon's Mountain. Again, cool logo, and the beer is usually okay. Then I have two glasses from the same brewery, Jämtlands Bryggeri. This is the normal small tulip shape, and this one is a 25-year anniversary glass. I use the big one the most. It's so nice to drink from. This brewery makes a lot of good beer as well. Then Nynäshamns Ångbryggeri, Steam Brewery. They also make a lot of different good beers. I would love to buy a Hefeweizen glass actually from this brewery. And then Grebbestads Bryggeri, also nice tulip shape. They are situated in the northwest coast, almost up in Norway. And then the last one, which will be a nice transition to the next section. Nya Carnegie-bryggeriet, the new Carnegie brewery, which is, if I remember correctly, co-owned by Carlsberg and Brooklyn Brewery. I always enjoy their beers, especially on tap. What did you mean, nice transition? Well, because next we actually have the Brooklyn Brewery right here. This shape is not my favorite though. I want it a little bit rounder and fatter, but it's cool with different shapes. This one from Denmark, Bad Seed. I haven't tried any of their beers. I just saw the glass on a German beer web shop, and I recognized the name from the YouTube channel Master of Hoppets. I think he's the brewmaster at Bad Seed, so I got curious. And then in the next section we have Innis and Gunn from the UK, Scotland. Fuller's from England. This is too small, I noticed. It's a half pint. I rarely use it. And the same thing with this Guinness half pint, I think, from Ireland. Then moving over to the Czech Republic, I actually have two glasses from Budvar. This larger one, it's a nice shape, I think. And also this one, I think I was forced to buy this as well. Again, it was some other glass I really wanted, and I had to buy this too. It's a bit strange to drink from this kind of shape, I think, but it looks nice, and it also has the name they are battling about, Budweiser. I'm not sure they use that name anymore. And then this glass from Bernard. I need to learn at least a little bit Czech. But they make some excellent beers as well. Then the German section, the tallest of them all, Radeberger. This is cumbersome because it doesn't fit into any of my normal shelves, so I have to keep it separately. Of course, Bitburger, nice shape. It's so thin though, I'm almost afraid I would break it. Give next. Similar shape to Brooklyn Brewery. It's always interesting to compare beers to Give because it's so dry and bitter. Then Weltenberger, Kloster Brauerei, make some nice dunkels mainly. Ainge, one of my absolute favorite German breweries. And I'm trying to get more of the Ainge beer glasses as well. Then we have Kronbacher, Pilsner Tulip, which has been featured on the channel many times, and Stötterbecke, a brewery in North Germany. Then lastly, the Netherlands. Dutch beer is actually kind of hard to get in Sweden. You would think it's easier because it's pretty close, but I've tried one or two beers from this brewery, Jopen, and they have been good. Then we have Grolls, or Gros, as they say over there, and Hertog Jan, which is actually a pretty large brewery in the Netherlands, I think, but we hardly ever see their beers in Sweden. Also included in this category are my beer tasting glasses. When you really want to compare not only aroma and flavors, but also the appearance, the color, the foam, things like that. So this far, 10 glasses have been enough. And these glasses have been featured on my channel in the videos together with my friend Anna. But unless there is some special occasion, these glasses are just hid away in a cupboard. Which beer glass type is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and remember, drink responsibly.